In this video, we're going to go over how to locate criminal and arrest records in the state of Texas. To start, go to texaspublicrecords.org, and I will have a link in the description. You can click on that or just type it in to your browser. Once you're on the home page, you will notice there is quite a few public databases available in the state of Texas that you can utilize depending on what type of a check you're doing specifically. So maybe you're looking up a contractor. You can find a local database and make sure everything is legit. We created specific pages for the most sought after record types, so anything from background checks to court records to the criminal records page. You have warrants, inmate search, property records, and vital information. So just depending on how deep you want to research something, we have a page here for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on criminal records. What you'll notice is our statewide resources and a little explanation as to exactly what each of these databases does. So anything from court records to the criminal history check to penitentiary data like prison records, sex offender registry, things like that. So these would be statewide resources available from the state of Texas that you can use. There's also another thing to consider. If you click on the background check page, there's a couple of more resources here also to look into, but the one thing I wanted to show you here is a county level search. So if you're looking for arrest information, you're not necessarily going to find it at the state level, because those the Department of Corrections in Texas, or of criminal justice, those are prison records. So anybody serving over 12 months, they would go to a prison. If you're doing under 12 months, that would be jail information. So at like a local sheriff's department jail, and they will typically disclose this information at the county level. So just there's a difference between the prison and the jail database. So that's one thing to consider. Another thing to consider is also anytime somebody gets arrested, they will eventually have to see a judge. So if you really want to look at a specific maybe case, you should also consider going to the local county, wherever the arrest happened, going to the local county page and researching that specific maybe incident if you want to get more information. So there's quite a few things you can do when it comes to criminal records checking, using jail information, prison information, sex offender registries, your court records. There's all sorts of things to look into, finding out maybe if there's a warrant out for their arrest. So we have provided all of these resources here for you at texaspublicrecords.org. Another thing to consider is the name search on top. This is both a state, county, and a national check. So people do it. It's an instant search, so it's supposed to make things easier. If you want to save time. The other thing that it looks at is records outside the state. So let's say somebody has a criminal record in the state of Florida or in Georgia or in Arizona, and now they came down to Texas. If you're just looking at the county level and state level, you're not necessarily going to be catching those records outside the state. So to make sure you have all your bases covered, just depends how deep you want to go with your search. It's a good idea to combine the national check and the local resources you have available to you. Obviously, the local information, that's where at the county level is where all the information originates. So you are going to have the most up-to-date, the most detailed record. But you do have to keep in mind that it's going to be specific to a particular location, particular county or district, and that might not necessarily cover something outside the state. So keep that in mind. Once again, texaspublicrecords.org. Come on down and get started on your Texas criminal records search. Thank you.